It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
As we see a team who left LA take on a team who came back home.
It's the Raiders and the Chargers, and it's coming up next.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Well, Brock, we saw Week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to Week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal, even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's...
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go from LA. Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by the mustached quarterback from Washington State, Gardner Minshew.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It's pretty obvious this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Complete, it's Myers. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 48. Flushed down now to his left. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackled on the play by Puna Ford. Well, as we look here, Brock, we're reminded that if you can somehow get through the preseason injury-free, you're really one of the lucky ones. Most teams going to be missing at least a key player or 2 to start the season.
And it's going to happen between workouts, practices, preseason games, and I know there's a lot of debate about the off seasons of today and getting your team healthy for Week 1. And while we don't ever want to see them, we do know this. They'll create immediate opportunities for someone else to step in and make an impact on the season no one saw coming.
Out of the gun, Madison. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
They get 6 and a first down as well.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
The rookie from Michigan, there that time.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Out of the gun, Minshew. Able to hit Gallup, complete. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Play action, it's Minshew. He has it at the 5! And in for the touchdown! What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the fifth-year pro who can really fill up a stat sheet, Justin Herbert.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of a league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, well, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's gonna lob one deep. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. He sends this one to the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
This into the hands of Will Dissly. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Trey Tucker to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And they are really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He completes it in traffic. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Minshew looking to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
It's a gain of a yard, but they needed just a couple more inches. Third down. They'll go right back to Madison. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Minshew on first down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. From the shotgun, Minshew. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be second down. Man in motion here. Sticking in the air with Minshew. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. Minshew working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
So now on fourth down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This a 39-yarder from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Darius Davis to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Herbert now, blitz coming. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a first. Herbert now off the play fake. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down. Herbert throwing again. That throw finds Johnston. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
It's a 7-yard gain on 2nd down. Only inches to go now on 3rd. On the ground, it's Edwards again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chargers take a field goal lead in our opening quarter. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. Takes the handoff, now Minshew. To the sideline, and Adams snags it. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for Raiders first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They just get the play off. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. 14-10 our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll start out with 3rd and maybe a couple inches at most. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Got a man. Bowers has it. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Forced out to his right. Oh, he lost the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field, but unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives. Edwards on the shotgun handoff. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the second level and beyond.
Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. First and 10, Herbert. This ball's caught by Palmer. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Herbert on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Completed here to Johnston. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Herbert from the gun. This throw is cupped. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They motion the tight end over. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Bale trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Play action now for Herbert. Chased out to his right. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. A very short kick here from the right hash. Brown's kick is up and good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Tucker now on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action, it's Minshew. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So 2nd down coming up. From the gun, a run for Madison. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's Madison again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Catch made over the middle. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Stopped by Deion Henley. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Out of the gun, Minshew. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked by Alohi Gilman. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Finds a man right side. And he's brought down for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Tucker now on the return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Raiders and Alexander Madison ready for another go on offense. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10, Minshew. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's the give to Madison. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. Throwing off the play fake here. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's scooped up by the Chargers.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
The Chargers and Gus Edwards headed back out on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Throwing now following the turnover. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers driving. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Hits him on the in route. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Ball finds his running back, Gus Edwards. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Edwards takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers take a 3-possession lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Throwing on first is Minshew. Short pass brought in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. Out of the pistol, Minshew. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys can have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Sticking in the air with Minshew. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. One last play before the break. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on top. Bo Nix with a touchdown throw to Cortland Sutton. From there, we head east to the Land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. On return, here comes Davis. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Got a man, Palmer has it. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. They're set up at the 35 now. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Motioning the tight end now. Herbert now to throw on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Running behind center with Edwards. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. Now they're whistling for a timeout here. Somebody's shaking up on the play. Not the way he wanted to begin his rookie season. Wow, let's hope it doesn't cost him much time. On 3rd down, Herbert. That's caught for the first. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it a 24-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Raiders are back onto the field, led by Gardner Minshew. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They give it to Madison. This is ahead for about 5. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Play action, it's Minshew. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. Here they come, this is 3rd and 5. Minshew working from the gun. He'll get this one to Madison. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Chargers take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Completed here to Johnston. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now a give to Edwards, running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Throwing now, Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's a give inside to Edwards. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That throw finds Johnston. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first. Herbert from the gun. He's got it near the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right. And they will score. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Raiders have their offense back out there. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Finds his target, Gallup.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Makes the handoff, now Minshew. Defense is too much here, the Chargers drag him down. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Back to throw, Minshew. That's complete. Here's Madison. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
They run the counter with Dobbins. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off, but don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Will take it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers trying to end this before the final quarter. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. 1st and 10, Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. 1st and 10 from the 41. They go with Madison here. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Out of the gun, Madison. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Minshew now on 3rd down. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurried throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The Chargers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the 1st game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. To throw, Herbert. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Chargers have possession and a massive lead. This one looking like it could be over. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Running it again with Dobbins. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. He gets caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's on the move. He'll step up, and there he goes. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Throwing from the gun here. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers throwing 6 more on the blowout. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers continue piling on to this lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Minshew on 1st down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think everybody on the offense was already thinking about the next play to run as they watch that short little throw to the tight end. You really don't expect to see many of those gimmies dropped.
Has a man, it's Madison. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what they call staring down the gun barrel. You know as a quarterback, you're about to get absolutely blasted, but you've got to deliver an accurate throw just like that.
3rd and short, here's Minshew. He beams one deep right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. On the ground, it's Edwards again. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Sticking with Edwards here. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. On the give, this is Edwards. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Trying to get it with the option here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Throwing on first is Minshew. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throw on 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Jukes out a one-stop, and little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. A give to Edwards. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Now Edwards. Juke the defender. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Edwards. And he doesn't get much. A small pickup down to the 42. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Here's Edwards on the carry. And he'll advance this down to the 38 on that run. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Dobbins gets it off the option. And there was really nowhere to go there. Just a small push to the 37. And that's going to bring up a tough decision here for them on 4th down. Here we go with Dobbins. And he's going to fight his way down to the 35-yard line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
Their offense ready to take the field now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Complete here to Bowers. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 4. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Raiders first. From the shotgun, Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Minshew working from the gun. That's complete to Bowers outright. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 34. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Minshew setting up to throw. He'll get this one to Madison. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
So out now comes the punter. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The home teams and Joshua Palmer set to go to work again. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Receiver gets it on the handoff. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be Raider football. Out of the gun, Minshew. He's got time. Defense is too much here. The Chargers drag him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And this isn't just anyone in no start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.